Hello everybody. I was just thinking while I'm sitting around just doing some painting tonight, which is a nice, slow, quiet, easy sort of thing. And I haven't put out a video in a while, so instead of just painting quietly to myself or listening to music, why not do a little bit of recording and use the time to just talk about what's been going on around the shop for a couple of minutes. So I am working on filling in the carvings for a new set of boxes. So these all have to get painted and then sanded back off. And as you can see, I'm just sitting here with my lamp in front of me. I've got down here just off camera is a little dab of paint. And essentially I just go around and fill in each line. The magnifier is certainly helpful because I'm not the youngest one around anymore, and my eyes are definitely like to remind me of that fact. So I have 6 of these boxes that are coming along. These are the side panels, and what I'm filling in is a V-carve section that was done on a CNC that will actually serve as part of the puzzle to solve the locking assembly that's going to go on the top. So this is a little bit of a tedious process, but I really like the way after the paint dries, I come back and sand it off. And this is one that I already filled in earlier this evening. So I let that dry, come back with a sander, sand it back off. This has a little bit of shellac on it so that the paint doesn't really soak into the wood that far and you don't have to do a whole lot of sanding. And it gives you a nice crisp line when you're done. I hear there's ways to do this with different painter's masks, but so far I haven't found anything that worked that well for me, so I just go with this kind of tedious route. So these boxes have been ongoing for a while. I would really love to try to wrap them up in, if I'm lucky, the next couple of months. But work and keeping a day job, running a farm on the side, and as well as just keeping up with life, just seems to keep getting in the way. It's hard to balance the shop time and everything else that happens, even though I do like being out here and doing this work. So I also have a commission that's going on. I've been designing that in some of my evening hours, and that should be a lot of fun to build. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind box with a number of puzzles on it. It's going for a client, and I'm actually looking forward to getting started on the build of that box pretty soon. At the same time as I'm knocking out the rest of this 6, and just kind of deciding what comes next then in the list of shop things here. While I still love the puzzle boxes and continuing with the smaller work, I've also thought about possibly getting into the idea of maybe doing some puzzle furniture. Not necessarily like large furniture. I'm not going to do dresser-sized items, but smaller tables and things like that could have their own puzzles and secrets hidden in them, just as a bit of a change. And there's always that possibility of working with one of the other puzzlers out there to do some collaborations on items, where we both work together to come up with something. So there's just a lot going on in the world, and keeps it really exciting. The CNC's been running pretty well. Definitely there's a bit of a learning curve when you get them, but it's been real nice for me to be able to do this kind of carving work and just batch these pieces out way faster than I could have ever done them by hand. To try to build some sort of a jig to do something like this would just take a long time. Or just not look nearly as precise going by hand. So the rest of the shop is holding up, even though I think it complains that I'm not out here in it quite enough. Maybe I'm personifying my shop, but I like to think it misses me when I'm not here during the day. The tools aren't running quite enough. But I think that's a problem most of us part-timers have. We'd love to be out here more, but we just can't swing it. So this puzzle was fun to design because I'm layering some different things on top of each other. So it was quite an interesting challenge for me to come up with how the different pieces are going to fit together and come up with the the cryptic side, the riddles, the puzzles, what I want the theme of the piece to be, and how it all fits together. So in the future, I do hope to get back to videos at some point. I'm thinking about maybe doing a series on mechanisms, where I talk about how to build and utilize different mechanisms on some sort of a regular basis. To me, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I can probably really kind of stretch out and play with what some of those mechanisms are going to do, especially if I can get a little silly. In terms of the mechanism will do this. I don't know why you'd want to do it, but it will do this. So look forward to something like that possibly coming in the future, as well as the possibility of, doing some more, how-to and, some smaller box builds, where I talk about some of the different things you can do to, make mechanistic boxes, spring open drawers like I've done in the past, or even some of the shop fixtures that I like to use around the wood shop here that help me get things done faster and easier. So, I hope everyone else is doing great. And if you have a shop that you're managing to get out there in it and have a good time and do some fun work. As for me, I think that's my update for now. I am just going to probably turn some tunes back on and keep filling in all these lines. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 more sets of these sides to do. I don't know if I'll get them all done tonight. Depends on what my back feels like. Nothing like leaning over for a while doing painting. So everyone take care. See you on the next video.